children, good morning. Welcome to a slice of science. Now we are in part 4 of lesson heat. Next, in this video I am going to explain activity 3, activity 4 and activity 5. Keep watching. Now in this lesson, the important topic, before explaining the activity 3, I am going to explain a small important topic for you. That is SI units of heat is joules. What is the SI units of heat? Joules. And what are the Celsius units of heat? Calorie. What is meant by calorie? Calorie means the amount of heat energy required to rise the temperature of 1 gram of water by 1 degree Celsius. For example, take 1 gram of water in one beaker and you assume the temperature of this water is 60 degrees Celsius. But now you want to increase the temperature of this water from 60 degrees to 61 degrees Celsius. For rising temperature, we have one and only one option, that is supplying the heat. By supplying the heat only, we have a chance to rise the temperature of any substance. So now supply the heat energy through candle or Bunsen burner or by supplying electricity. So in so many ways we have the chance. So supply the heat energy and get the 61 degrees Celsius. Here we are supplying the heat energy. Yes or no, ma? Here how much of heat energy we are supplying? That is nothing but calorie. What we are doing here? Here we are giving heat to 1 gram of water. We are rising the temperature of 1 gram of water by 1 degree Celsius. How much of heat energy here we are using? That heat energy is nothing but, the value of the heat energy is nothing but calorie. Okay, that is the statement here. Look here, ma. The amount of heat energy required to rise the temperature of 1 gram of water by 1 degree Celsius is called as calorie. Next, what is the relationship between joule and calorie, ma? What is the relationship between joule and calorie? 1 calorie is equal to 4.186 joules. This is a very important bit, ma. 1 calorie is equal to 4.186 joules. And next, the SI units of temperature is Kelvin and Celsius units of temperature is degree Celsius. So now what is the relation between Kelvin and degree Celsius, ma? Already we discussed previously about heat. 1 calorie is equal to 4.186 joules. Now this is the relation between SI units of temperature and Celsius units of temperature. So here, what is the relation between Kelvin and degree Celsius is 0 degree Celsius is equal to 273 Kelvin. 273 Kelvin. Now, one more question is there in front of you. That is, if we have the temperature in degree Celsius, how to convert the degree Celsius into Kelvin? And if you have Kelvins, and how to convert the temperature into degree Celsius? Yes, for doing this we have a small formula, that is temperature in Kelvin is equal to 273 plus temperature in degree Celsius. I will explain this one or two examples. Look here now. Take 27 degrees Celsius. Here I am taking 27 degree Celsius. Now I am converting this 27 degrees Celsius into Kelvin scale. Kelvin is equal to 273 plus 27. Temperature in degree Celsius, that is 27. So 273 plus 27. How much? 3 plus 7? 0. 7 plus 2 plus 1? 0. 2 plus 1? 3. 300 kelvins. This is the way to convert the degree Celsius into kelvins. Now the value of 27 degrees Celsius is equal to 300 Kelvin. And next, how to convert the kelvins into degree Celsius? Now take 303 kelvins. Convert this 303 kelvins into degree Celsius. Now K is equal to 273 plus degree Celsius in short form. Okay, here we need degree Celsius. So bring this 273 into RHS side. Degree Celsius is equal to Kelvin minus 273. So what is the value of Kelvin here? 303. Right. 303 minus 273. So the value is 3 minus 3, 0. Take borrow. 10 minus 7, 3. 2 minus 2, 0 only. So 30 degree Celsius. So here the value of 303 kelvins is equal to 30 degree Celsius. This is the way to convert degree Celsius into kelvins and kelvins into degree Celsius. Don't forget this formula. If you know this formula, this type of sums you can do very easily. Children, our next activity is activity 3. Take 2 beakers and fill one with hot water and another with cold water. Look here. Here I have taken 2 beakers and I pour hot water in left beaker and cold water in right beaker. Now add a few drops of food color or potassium permanganate liquid. Okay. Here I have taken potassium permanganate. So I am adding 2 to 3 drops of potassium permanganate solution into both the beakers. The food color is mixing into water. Why? This happens because of the molecules of water in both the bowls are in random position. Means they are moving in different directions. They are jiggling here. So now tell me, in which beaker the particles are moving more fastly, more rapidly? Yes. If you observe clearly, in hot beaker. In hot beaker, the particles, the color is mixing more fastly than cold water. Why? Because of kinetic energy. Because of the kinetic energy. Bodies possesses kinetic energy when they are in motion. Yes or no, ma? Yes. Here, in hot water, we have more kinetic energy, and in cold water, we have a less kinetic energy. Why? Because of hot water means what, ma? Heat. Heat is a form of energy. So this beaker contains more energy and this beaker contains less energy. So that's why here both the beakers, the speed of motion of the particles in both the beakers are different. Here this body contains more kinetic energy and this body contains less kinetic energy. So because of this reason, here the particles are mixes very fastly in hot water, and in this beaker also the particles are mixing, but somewhat late. So by this activity, what we are observing, ma? The temperature indicates the value of the average kinetic energy. The temperature is an indicator of the kinetic energy of particular body. And next, what is our final conclusion, ma? Here, kinetic energy is directly proportional to temperature. Kinetic energy is directly proportional to temperature. This is our third activity. If kinetic energy increases, the temperature also increases. If we have more heat, that it contains high temperature. So when a body contains high temperature, the energy in that, the kinetic energy in that body is also high. This is the very important point, ma. Kinetic energy is directly proportional to temperature. Children, our next activity is activity 4. Take a container full of water and heat the water with the help of Bunsen burner up to 60 degrees Celsius. Next, take a big transparent glass tumbler and fill this tumbler, half of the tumbler with hot water. And next, take an oil and pour the oil gently on the surface of the water. Next, place a lid with 2 holes on the surface of the beaker. Next, insert 2 thermometers in 2 holes of the lid. And you take the bulb of one thermometer lies inside the oil and the bulb of another thermometer lies inside the water. Now, observe the temperature readings. Here, the thermometer shows in hot water 60 degrees Celsius. The thermometer inside the water shows the temperature of 60 degrees Celsius and the oil shows the room temperature. But after some time again you will check the readings of the both thermometers. What we will observe? We will observe the temperature of the oil decreases from 60 degrees and the temperature of the oil increases. Initially, the temperature of the water is 60 degrees and oil maintains the temperature of room temperature. And after some time, the temperature of the water decreases from 60 degrees and the temperature of the oil increases from room temperature. So, why this happens? Because of here hot water contains high temperature and oil contains low temperature. The direction of the heat flow is from high temperature body to low temperature body. So here heat transfers from water to oil. So here water losing the energy and oil gaining the energy. So the temperature of the oil increasing and the temperature of the water decreasing. So what it means? It means the kinetic energy of the water decreasing and the kinetic energy of the oil increasing. This is our fourth activity, Nana. Children, in this video our last topic is activity 5. For doing this activity, take a large beaker and fill it with water and heat the beaker up to 80 degrees Celsius. Next, take two boiling test tubes and pour 50 grams of water in one test tube and 50 grams of oil in another test tube and place 2 corks with single hole and take 2 thermometers and insert one thermometer in oil and another one with water. Now take the two retard stands and clamp these 2 test tubes to 2 retard stands. Now dip the 2 test tubes into the water which contains a temperature of 80 degrees Celsius. Every 3 minutes observe the temperature readings. Initially the temperature of the oil and temperature of the water is same. They are at room temperature. Both are at room temperature. But after 3 minutes, what happens? The temperature of the water rises a little bit quantity. But the rate of rising temperature of oil is very high. But the rate of rising temperature of water is less. Why? Why? Because of the rate of rising temperature depends on the nature of the material or substance. Here oil is one substance and water is another substance. So the rate of rising temperature of oil is high. The rate of rising temperature of water is less. It is completely depends on the nature of the substance. So this is our today class. Children, today we discussed activity 3, activity 4 and activity 5. I hope you understood very well these 3 topics. And next, tomorrow I will be conducting a small mini test from part 1 to part 4. In these 4 parts, what is the subject I have introduced for you? On the basis of that subject only, I will give the questions. So, wait for next video. Thank you. Prepare well.